From my point of view, transformation programme is vital to try and provide some clarity for people of just how do we navigate ourselves through the next 5 years. We've got an enormous challenge as an organisation, we've got an enormous challenge as an NHS, and we've got a responsibility to our patients to make sure at the end of the 5 years we've got really high quality and sustainable services that are accessible in the right place to the right people. And if we're going to do that, that means delivering better care in better ways and doing something differently. And for me, the transformation programme is a vehicle to tie all that together and make sure we both hit the target and hit the point and make sure we have a safe service at the end of it. For patients, it means firstly getting the right quality, and for us as a clinically led organisation here to support patients, I don't believe we have any other function. We are here to support the local community and patients, and therefore if we don't have accessible services that are of quality that patients expect and we can deliver on a sustainable ongoing basis, then I think we're failing patients. So what we've got to do is find the right balance of what are we the right people to provide, where are we providing it for people, who else do we need to work with to give patients the best experience we can do, and make sure ultimately at the end of the day that we're looking after people in the right way, in a safe environment, providing them the care that they would expect from us.
I think the transformation programme shows an excellent opportunity for people to develop services and programmes like VTE awareness and Stop the Clot campaigns to increase patient safety and improve how patients are treated throughout the hospital. And because it's across the whole trust, it raises awareness not just in one area but trust-wide. So that's really, really important for patients and in order to develop the care. It benefits patients by improving patient safety and improving the process from being in hospital to being discharged, whether it's through improving clot prevention, whether it's improving food intake and dietary intake, whether it's just improving the safety and the patient experience in the hospital.
Well, the transformation programme is important because I think it's a way of engaging staff to make sure that we're focused on the service that we're delivering, that the patients are put at the centre of that service, and as things do develop in technology, healthcare, I think we need to make sure that we're on board with it and that we are smart with our money and that the patients do get really good quality. I think, talking to patients and visitors today, I think that a lot of them haven't actually realised some of the things that go on behind the scenes that we're continuously doing to try and make things better, whether it speeds up their admission process or we're cutting down in documentation or we are delivering services that were often delivered in other areas or multiple visits. We're bringing them onto one site, such as developments like the eye centre, and again it's all to enhance their experiences.
The transformation program is very important to trust because with the help of this program we can address our current needs, our future needs, and make sure that this trust delivers patient care to its best possible needs, and we can also make sure that patients are happily satisfied with what we deliver to them. With the help of the transformation program we can address what our patients want, what their needs are, and then we ensure that we address their needs, we look into their needs. But there may be certain instances where we don't look into their needs. With the help of this program we can keep tabs on what they really want and deliver what patients would really benefit from.
Within imaging, our transformation program has been vital because we've got to try and make the best use of all our equipment, and unfortunately our equipment is probably one of the most expensive bits of equipment in the hospital. So like say the ultrasound machines, they're about £100,000. Our recently installed CT scanner is £850,000, and going on a bit more, the MRI scanner, if we need another one, then is likely to be over £1 million. So of course we need to be able to get the very most out of those pieces of equipment and make sure that the patients aren't delayed at all, making sure that we're working with all the departments and all the wards to ensure that the patients, if they need a scan that day on the ward, we scan them on that day, rather than keeping them in bed night after night after night just waiting for a CT scan. My main aim is to make sure that the patient, if they need a scan that day, we get them down to our department and we get them scanned that day and the report's available later on in the day, or possibly the very first thing next morning, so it's ready for the consultant ward round, so they can make a clinical decision whether they can send that patient home or whether they can start a new treatment plan and move on throughout their pathway. Well, it'll ultimately benefit the patient because we're working with all the departments to try and make the pathways as smooth as possible, really, because we want to be able to start their treatment as early as possible, because if we keep them in beds longer, they're going to become more ill and more poorly, they're going to get more infections, and they're going to ultimately be more expensive to treat. I know you shouldn't really talk about the finances or something, but we need to see our patients as patients and not as financial figures sort of thing. We need to raise the quality of the patient care and make our patients want to come back to us if they need us, So if they need us, we're always there for them, and they know they're going to get a good quality, fast, efficient, and more importantly, safe service within all our aspects of imaging.
It's very important because with the ED pit stop, we're trying to work more efficiently for patients, reducing the time to treatment, getting the correct tests done, performed blood test-wise, ECGs, ordering the relevant x-rays on arrival, so it prevents delays, improves quality. Sometimes we can avoid admissions because doctor can review the tests. The tests are there, the results are there when they get seen, so maybe they might be able to get discharged home. So really we're working towards quality for the patient and improved services, really. I think it benefits patients quite significantly because we can give out pain relief on arrival. They're not having to wait an hour plus for a nurse to be available to do a blood test. It's all done on arrival, so the results are back quickly. We can get them undressed, we can get them comfortable. We can address any needs that need addressing on arrival now. So it might be that we need to look at the pressure areas, they might need something to eat or drink, which we can hand over, but at least we can address everything when they get there.
Well, the transformation programme is extremely important because people need to change the way they work, need to share ideas, learn from how we've previously worked and, introduce this into our, everyday clinical practice. The feedback that we've been getting from the patients, it's extremely positive at the minute. It enhances their patient journey. They feel safer, more cared for, and they just enjoy the whole experience because sometimes it's quite a sad, scary experience for them, and we want to alleviate any issues that they have regarding this.
I think it's important throughout the hospital that everybody understands what everybody's doing. It can help with benefiting patients, benefiting staff, morale, team building, different things like that. It's also vitally important that everybody works together and communicates better together. I think if sometimes we have failed, we've probably failed in communications, a bit of morale building, and ideally this is where we need to pick things up and everybody work better together. Well, I think if everybody knows what everybody else is doing, your patients will see that we're organised, we know what we're doing, we're caring for people, and that's what we're here for. That's what a hospital is here for, to care for people and care for each other.
The transformation programme is important because as a hospital we need to make sure we can deliver the right services at the right time to the right patients. The actual financial envelope we're working within is reducing year on year, and we've got to do something different. We've got to increase quality and the money's going down, so the only thing we can do is deliver services in a different way. So to do this we need the people who deliver those services to come up with ideas of how to make those services more efficient and work more effectively and deliver the patient service in a better way. We're looking around patient flow and making everything better for the patient, making the patient's journey better. The more efficient the patient's journey, the better they'll feel about the services they're receiving, and hopefully the services deliver the quality improvements that we require from the hospital.
To me, transformation, it is essential. I mean, any organisation or service provision needs to be able to respond to the needs of the people involved. In this case, it's our patients. We need to make sure that they're out there there every day, looking at the processes that we're applying on the ward, what the patient's needs are, allowing them to give us a point of view, and from that can help us transform, develop our services. And I think it's just it's a part of everyday life, it's a part of what we do now. That we're not the best people to say exactly what a patient should eat. It's actually the patient and the staff that are looking after that patient. So that helps us in patient feeding to support this transforming process. In terms of benefiting the patients, the transformation process that has actually helped us by carrying out meal service observations, talking to patients. It's given us a greater insight into what the patient sees as their experience, how they value that experience, whether it be positive or negative. And then by listening to that, again, we can make sure that we're trying to address their needs. We try to make it as individual as we can, but we also have to keep in the back of our mind that the menu, as an example that we offer, has to be general in sense, but we also need to make sure that we have contingencies in place if for any reason a particular patient doesn't like a particular menu, that we can then meet their needs. And so we do, we offer a whole range of texture modified, cultural menus as well as the general menus. So I think that's how we sort of take that information on board and implement change within the organisation and the services we provide.
I think the transformation programme is important just so that we can carry on improving everything we do in hospital at all times, making things better for patients and for staff that work here. Improve patient care, getting things done more efficiently and better outcomes for patients.
I think the transformation programme is important because it gives people a chance to step outside their day jobs, do something a little bit different. Work with people that have got the same mindset, that want to try something new, to think outside the box, and try and make things better for patients and not do things the way we've always done them. I think it benefits patients in the fact that traditionally we've always done things the way we've always done them. All the people that you'll see today are trying to do things a little bit better, putting the patient at the centre of what they do, and making sure that everything that they try to achieve puts the patients first.
I think the transformation programme is important because there's a huge challenge facing the NHS over the next sort of 4 to 5 years with cost improvement programmes, a growing elderly population, a growing expectations of patients and a growing reliance on the NHS. And we need to look at how we progress and how we meet these challenges in a more strategic way. So I think the transformation programme, getting people together, having the expertise, having a strategy moving forward is absolutely key, and I'm behind it 100%. Well, anything that rises to these challenges is ultimately going to have a positive aspect on patient care. We know we've got big problems with the amount of patients that come through ED. We know we've got issues with discharge and various other things, and anything that tackles those problems, looking at it on a larger scale, has got to be a good thing at the end of the day.
I think the transformation programme is really important because we're doing patient-centred care, ensuring that the patient's receiving the right care at the right time, and making sure it's the same across the board, no matter what department or area they go in the hospital. With working in the ED department, it benefits our patients because we get a lot of patients come through who are malnourished, and sometimes they can spend a lot of time in the department. I think it's important to ensure that these patients are receiving diet and fluids regardless of where they are in the hospital.
I think the transformation programme is important because it gives staff an opportunity to share their ideas, talk to each other, build networks, understand really what's going on. Ultimately it will benefit patients because we're focusing on quality of care, quality of their pathways, and staff can affect that.
I think the transformation programme is important because the whole healthcare scene is changing day by day, week by week. Demands on the service are getting higher, resources are getting less, and the only thing we can do is make the most of what we've got and think in better, more innovative ways to provide better services with the resources that we have. I think patients are benefited directly by the process. Just the fresh thinking, the fresh ideas, not just doing the same thing in the same way as we have done for years. There's got to be better for the patients in the long run.
transformation programme is really important. We know we've got a lot of financial challenges to achieve that have been sort of set nationally, but as well as that we want to maintain and actually improve, in a lot of instances, quality for patients and for staff here at the Trust. We often hear that it's hard to engage clinical staff and non-clinical frontline staff with change and change management. Actually what today's proven is it's not difficult. Staff are passionate, staff are really wanting to get out there and say, actually, we're really good at what we do and we can do it better and we want to share our good ideas and practice. So what I'm hoping from today, and I'm sure it'll absolutely happen, is a lot of the staff are going to go back to their areas, they're going to make improvements, they're going to take back some of their ideas and share them with their colleagues, and ultimately that is going to improve patient care, it's going to improve staff morale, which also will improve patient care as well.
I think this has been a fantastic day. I can't tell you how important the transformation programme is to the future of the hospital and making sure that we continue to provide even better care than we have done in the past in the face of not inconsiderable challenges. And what I've been most impressed about today has been just the energy and enthusiasm of our staff. So many people have made a conscious decision to become part of the solutions to the challenges and to help us on our journey to be a fantastic place for patients and of course a great place to work. I mean, our aim is to become a first-class district general hospital, really the model of what a hospital can be in the service of its local community. And the transformation programme is exactly the vehicle that we're using to achieve that ambition. So in 5 years' time, if we all work together to improve our services for the benefits of patients, I believe that we can realise that ambition.